Yo, 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 what it do, YouTube? This is Jack with Loud Bros Pressure Washing coming back at you again. And for all of you that do not know me, my name is Jack. I run a pressure washing business here out of Central Illinois. And let me just make sure that the live stream is working as always, real quick. Perfect. And let me get the chat popped out for you guys. So, what we're talking about today is the topic of always be learning. So I'm here in Central Illinois. Just a little bit of my backstory for everybody that does not know. I started pressure washing in 2019, June 2019, and I liked it a lot. It was an awesome time. I was working a full-time sales job. I was doing very well at the sales job. It was going well, but I was having some issues with the people I was working with. They were kind of trying to hold me back. They were trying to tell me, just weren't really understanding of the things that I wanted to do. They were really stuck in their 9 to 5 ways. They couldn't change, adapt. They were trying to basically tell me how to run my life. And the one thing that really did it for me was my boss one day told me, Jack, what's the most important thing to you in your life, Jack? And I said, probably my friends or family. He's like, no, Jack, something physical. And I said, maybe my computer. I really do like to, get on live stream and do all that kind of stuff. And he said, well, you better keep working, Jack, otherwise you're gonna lose your computer. And it's basically at that point that I said, I don't know if I can do that. And he did this at about January, I would say, of 2020. And so he had been washing from June of 2019 to about December when it gets too cold here in Illinois. And the pandemic hit, and I just said, I'll just try this. I gotta do what I gotta do. So the pandemic hit, and basically I was done there April 1st, and I started full-time pressure washing. First year we were in business, we were able to do about 60K, maybe just a little bit shy of that, maybe 59 some and some change. But it was a great year. I learned a lot, and I hope to be able to bring this information over to other people. And one thing that I learned is that if you don't keep learning, you don't know everything that there is to learn. And this can be referenced, our first year, we basically just did cleaning work. We never did any restoration, which are two different things whenever you're talking about it. So, cleaning is getting the green off of somebody's house, cleaning up their driveway, the organic growth and things of that nature. That's cleaning. But there is another side to it that can be more beneficial to yourself for making more money and getting ahead, and that is the restoration portion of the job, which is heavily overlooked from all of the groups that I've been seeing. But until you start to get into new groups, which if you need any information, feel free to drop it into the chat right now, and I can kind of point you into the direction, or feel free to drop a message after the video is done. But the biggest thing is there's cleaning and then there's restoration. And like I was saying, you spray bleach on the roof, you get rid of, all the algae. You spray it on the house, you get rid of the green. You spray it on the concrete, you get rid of the black streaks, and it just looks good. There are things that you can do that'll bring it above and beyond where you're at for the cleaning in the first place. And this past week before the snowstorm hit, I was lucky enough to make it down to Texas for the WashMart 2021 event from February 9th to February 11th. And in that event, we were lucky enough to learn a lot of things. And we had talked with, I'm going to switch the screen over real quick for y'all. We had talked with Craig Harrison, who owns Front Nine Restoration. Front Nine as in like golfing. And we were lucky enough to kind of see the demos that this guy was able to provide. And we were able to see, like, for instance, Double Eagle in effect, which is a degreaser. And as you can see over here a little bit, you only need like 8-to-1, 12-to-1 proportions for this stuff to work. And it's very strong, and it's a concentrated high foaming alkaline detergent, meaning that it'll help with making it a great general cleaner and heavy degreaser for, you know, residential work. If you ever have somebody that has an oil spill, it'll help it out a lot easier. And you can use it in combination with the hot water that you have. And you can do this for the commercial work as well. And from what I had seen during this demonstration and kind of just these videos or these pictures down here, it cleans up insanely well. And from just seeing it actually go into work, I was able to see that, like, wow. Because, you know, we would use things such as regular Purple Power or, you know, just regular soaps. But from this here, from what I've seen and in real life applications, it seems as though it's something that just adds another level to your service, where it can actually make it to where you can work faster so you can clean the jobs faster. Or you're lucky enough to where if you're doing these on, you know, like a gas station on a monthly kind of basis, this will help it get the oils up more, so that when you had to clean it the next time, it first of all looks better than what it was going to be in the first place. But on top of that, it requires less time to end up cleaning it afterwards. That kind of goes into another one that is then sprayed afterwards called Groundskeeper, which is a concrete maintenance cleaner, and it allows you to clean it, but it also ends up leaving this as it says here, it's a buffered low pH product that will continue to brighten the surface and deep clean the surface every time it is applied. So they'll stay cleaner for longer because it's actually not ionized. So there's not a charge on the ground, which is very beneficial. And even from looking at the demos there too, I was able to see a stark difference. Another thing of why, and I mean, I'm not, you know, F9 ride or die. I haven't been able to use them myself yet, but from seeing this and learning, as I was saying, from seeing and learning, I'm able to then, you know, I'll go out and buy a bottle of this and then see how it works. And if it ends up being a very beneficial chemical and it gets us a better end product for our customers, then they'll be more likely to retain us. And from what is being seen from here, if what I have seen from what he was talking about stands true, this will actually leave the places cleaner overall. So for instance, the examples that they gave is you could demo over somebody else's job, you know, like if you're getting a demo on Chick-fil-A and your competition goes in and they try to do the job, and then you come in afterwards and you put down some of this stuff and it looks even better than what your competition is doing, and you can literally put it over a completed job from what he was saying, then you're like, wow, you know, this is so awesome that we have something that works even better, can clean the surface even better, leaves the surface even cleaner before, which can increase the coefficient of friction on the ground so that it's an actual safer area for the patrons of the restaurant or the gas station to end up going into. Then that's more beneficial for you, and that also provides more value to the customers, so they feel like they're getting a better deal out of you, which in turn will probably mean that they care to actually retain you for longer. And as well, we learned about EBC. This is another degreaser and a cleaner, kind of like Double Eagle is basically. And from what I've seen, it is an amazing product as well. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about that, because a lot of us, you know, here's another one, Efflo. This is more so for like calcium buildup and cleaning tiles, quickly removes efflorescence, calcium carbonate, and hard water stains. And another funny thing is, actually at the demo, this stuff, they literally picked some of it up off the ground in their hands, rubbed their hands together, and then rubbed it on their face. The stuff is so safe compared to like the, you know, sodium hypochlorite that a lot of us are using, or SH bleach. When we're all using that, you know, it's not really safe if you were to end up keeping that there, and then, you know, at a gas station, for instance, somebody comes by without shoes on, you know, that could be hot. That could actually hurt. So that was just amazing to see that, as well as for Bark, you know, battery acid restoration cleaner. So it's very beneficial for battery stains left over from water runoff on corrosive batteries. So awesome things. And like I was saying, we're not just cleaning, we're restoring the surface. You're restoring the surface here. You can charge a lot more of a premium to do this because a lot of people have no idea how to clean this stuff. So that's just something to think about. in that case, where you can actually get more bang for your buck, leave the customer more happy with it, and charge on additional services that can lead into more commercial applications of these things. Because what they were saying as well is that this battery stuff here is actually very, very, it's carcinogenic, it's dangerous, it's not at all good, obviously. And over time, you see how it's running off here? It'll just continue to keep running off, and the spots will keep getting bigger and bigger. They said that you can't necessarily get rid of this middle ring here, as you can see on these, if it's been there for so long. But I mean, that's a night and day difference right there, and I would be so happy, because what's your only alternative in that case right there would be to re-pour the concrete right there, and obviously nobody wants to do that. And so charging a service that's completely doable for you, as long as you're using and chemicals properly, can be amazing for the customers as well. So that's about kind of all I had today for you guys, but let's just see if we had anybody calling in, or if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to help you guys out with whatever is going on with you. It's actually going to be a little bit, it's freezing here right now. It's actually like so much snow at the moment, but let me pop over here again. So much snow, and if you guys are in Texas as well, you guys are getting your first like snowstorm in forever. But I just hope I could provide some value for you today as well. If you guys have any questions, if you'd like to know the Facebook groups that I'm a part of that have helped me out, I also really recommend going to these events in person. You know, I thought I knew a lot of things, and then I go into these groups, and you know, I made $60,000 last year, and I'm seeing people are literally cleaning an entire, you know, parking garage for $40,000-$50,000. It's really eye-opening, you know, and it puts a lot of things into perspective, and it really is just like eye-opening to the ability of what can be done here in the pressure washing world. And when you're cleaning, for instance, the garbage, or the garage cleanings, sorry, when you're cleaning these parking garages, there's an actual need for that too, because the hydrocarbons that can get stuck in there can actually reduce airflow for people. It can damage the concrete. The longevity of the place won't be standing as long, and there's just many other aspects that could be very important to these things. And we can also provide a great service for these people and make things look very, very good. So oh, and another thing that I didn't really add on here too is the fact that the F9 has a cookbook that you can download onto your phone for literally just $1, and it has over 100 processes that are detailed out so that you can literally do anything. And from what I've seen, again, it's so cold out, I haven't been able to utilize this, but I have seen inside of these groups people having vast success with these chemicals and their ability to clean things very well. So that's just something to think about as well, just because of how dumbified the processes are, and how much it's like basically cut to made for you to be able to utilize this. And it's also very, very nice that the owner, Craig Harrison, is super active on Facebook and loves to help out people to make sure that they're utilizing the chemicals to the best ability, because if we're using the chemicals correctly, he gets to sell more chemicals, and if he sells more chemicals, he makes more money, and if we use more chemicals, we make more money ourselves too. So it's just it's a nice partnership in that case. So I think I'm peacing out here, but I will catch you guys tomorrow, Monday through Friday. This is my last week of my training, so next week, the 21st, I believe is what it would be, 22nd, I will be back to the 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time for these videos again. And peace out, everybody. I hope you have a great day.